Blanket metalwork, December 30th, 2018. I've been testing my HT3.0, and I was chopping, the nail was hitting the edge as a shock. And this time I'm going to do the 5-edge stability test. And so pretty much I grind the blade almost to zero, actually was zero, and then I make it, flatten it and then sharpen it. And so the angle, it's I freehand. At the end I put using the edgepro and put 15 degrees per side, and you can see the where the Sharpie got erased. And this thing for this D2 here is fairly wide bevel, but the other one, the T15, you can see that little shiny piece, and that is the 15 degrees per side. And so the D2 behind the edge thickness at shoulder 6.5 thou, and this is a 5.5 thou for the T15, and for the MT and for the M2 it's about 5 thou of an inch behind the edge thickness. And back here a little thicker. I basically become going to reprofile these two test blades. So from here to there, that where is the truly very thin. And here for the M2, you can see where the thing got erased and shiny. That is the actual bevel, which you can hardly see. Anyway, so first test usually is the cardboard, but they all slice in phone book paper at start out with, and the edgepro ended that form with grit pretty much, and then I deburred it with the DMT extra fine and then extra fine, which is basically to clean the edge up so you don't have any. The M2 have a little bit of a microchips right here, pre-existing. Let me show you so that we see what we're talking about. The other one should be clean, the M2. Somewhere there's a microchips. Back right there. Okay, so we know that it's there. Well, I will show you the T15 as well. D2. So its stability, I mean, there are a variety of tests besides just cut a few slices. The cardboard, maybe we can do a few more. And the standard test would be maybe each of these things was subjected to this little, not that thick of a zip tie, but of course because instead of bend it and cut like this, I want to be fairly even. So I'm going to do angle cut like that. Maybe this is pressure cut. So 3 cut good enough. I mean, you can cut a bunch, but 2, 3. So there go the zip tie, and this is Harbor Freight half-inch sisal rope, and so I do mainly a push down here, but I draw a little bit because I push slightly. They have that slide motion. I mean, I don't need to be a complete cut or anything, but really. Okay. And so that is D2. I mean, you could cut this rope. I have them in. There are definitely sometimes the inclusion. There's some sand in it. It's not the cleanest. So, by chance of luck, 10 cut. This is T15. It might, run into. Let me put near the end here. These tests are not really, I mean, they're low impact. It's mainly some abrasive. So, it's so that really thin edge. You start out, I would test with the phone book. I remember the microchip there. What am I going to cut here? Because we test and see does the edge stable enough. This hardness, that was a little not well controlled cut. And we'll test the phone book here. Right now, I mean, we haven't whittled wood and something like that, so the edge shouldn't have any grit stuck on it, so it's easier to test. And of course you can say, okay, I mean, I shouldn't expect anything happen to these edges yet, because again, remember, these edges are thin. And the next up, maybe, I mean, maybe I should try to whittle some wood first before I do some cut the. So this is oak, and so I'm just going to do a control whittle here, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. So okay, we have to do the T15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, come on, this thing on a big bite. 10. M2. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This back a big bite as a T15. Really aggressive because it followed a large carbine. So that is the oak, and this is olive, which is, as you can see, the grain, how dense it is. It's really super fine grain. So, and it's hard. It's much harder than oak. So I'm going to do 5 cut here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good enough. If the edge is not stable, usually it fails very quickly in the first 3 cut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, snap out of there. So we'll test M2. No problem. T15 and D2. D2 didn't sound good. We'll clean it up. Actually, I can see a little glint. I see some. Maybe you can see two. It's right here. One. That looked like a roll right there. Whittle wood is hard, and another one right here. It's easier to see what one you're in the post, and then the camera sometimes doesn't pick up. Sometimes I zoom in, it will pick up, but other time it doesn't. So it seems like it definitely a roll is not a chip, because I can see side reflection. So, but the next wood is brutal. This is buloke, Australian wood. Even though it's rated the hardest wood in the world, I don't believe it, but still, it's going to inflict damage. But before we do that damage, maybe I should cut the easier one, maybe the electrical cord here, before I go to the buloke. And using this block, I'm going to using the belly, going to press down it. Three cut, and T15. Basically, basically a stranded copper. Green, white, and black. Hot, neutral, and ground of these, of these computer power things. Oh, M2 time, I guess. Before, yep. Okay. So let's test M2. They hiccup on the pre-existing microchip, nothing. And T15. Yep, there's something there. Can I see anything? I sure don't see anything. I don't see any reflection in light. The reflection, so yeah, that's yellow float. All right, and D2 we're testing on the belly right here. So we'll see. D2, fine. Now, it's unreasonable to expect to whittle really hard wood. You can look up the spell is, I think it's B-U-L-O-K-E, I believe. And that's the D2. The belly is clean, so that do in a field whittle. 1, 2, 3, one spot. Okay, I do 5. Where the 6 is. Okay. Let me check it right away each time. it's noisy, but it doesn't have that big. I don't see any glint or anything, so it looked like it passed the wood test. So back in olive, that looked like it did. I mean, D2 is an ingot, so I mean it have inclusion or big primary carbide, really large, and so primary carbide doesn't bend because it's too hard. So sometimes that thing that got pushed, the whole group, the whole area there got bent aside. But of course, if it's brittle, then it will, chip. I can see a bunch of roll here actually, but not when I do in buloke, but I do in olive. Anyway, so now let's do in the T15. Let's pick it up at this dot here, maybe. Okay, we'll tie that dot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Test it. Okay. Smooth. Push it. Let me push it. No problem. How about M2? Let's pick at the same area here. Let's see if that's the dot or where is the pre-existing microchip is. Okay, it's pre-existing at the double zero, so I'm going to be in front of the dot now. Okay. Wow, oh wow, that was, I think I hit a vein or something that's really hard. I think it might not be a fair test here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think when you hit one of these stripe, these things look like a really dense wood. So I think this one's subjected. I think there's a lighter color and darker color. I think this M2 is subjected to harder wood. But hey, testing. Well, that's fine. All right, so now I'm right now the intended test because again this 64 Rockwell M2 and with the very thin behind the edge here. I'm talking about like soft knife or something like that, really delicate soft knife at geometry here. But of course, this is, you consider it's basically not a flat V because I have multi-bevel here. I mean, it's actually thin because when I freehanded 10 DPS, about 10 to 12 DPS, and then when I put on the micro bevel using edgepro at 15 DPS, so it's fairly sturdy. Anyway, as far as testing go, I'm pretty much done. So now oh yeah, this olive is the one that give the 2. I have to go back to the one that the 2 have trouble. That's good that I check. Okay, so I'm going to do the belly because the belly didn't get damaged like this here, but there was the olive. All right. Sometimes that bad sharpening or something, or in high inclusion or bad quality there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's look like it's smooth going. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's see how the 2 performs. Let me push it. Push it again. Somehow here, it's got a little I can see a little reflection here from earlier wood contact, but I just whittled there. Actually, I see a little ribbon, actually, tiny bit of ribbon. So the testing here, if the edges kind of bend a little, deviate a little bit, it's suitable because it did not. They can glide, they can shift the paper around, so you can be able to cut it smoothly. But basically, though, I mean, the edge hold. All right, well, I think the video long enough. Thanks for watching.